We are reheating Thanksgiving turkeys today with you guys. Our Thanksgiving turkeys is something that we've been doing here at the restaurant for almost 10 years now. Become quite a tradition for a lot of our guests that come and get these beautiful smoked turkeys from us. Makes life really easy for you there at the Thanksgiving table. We brine our turkeys for several days to lock in all that moisture and flavor, impart great holiday spice notes into your turkey, and then we slowly smoke them in our offset smokers with post-oak smoke to give you a superior turkey for the Thanksgiving table. When you get your turkey from us, it's going to be fully cooked and ready to go. It's going to be cold and packaged up when you pick it up. I'll have everything you need along with heating instructions and a link to this video. So you're going to need a few things to reheat your turkey. You're going to need an oven, obviously, a nice roasting pan, roll of foil, good thermometer, a pair of scissors, and a measuring cup. It'd be all the equipment you need to reheat your turkey. First thing you're going to want to do is preheat your oven to 350 degrees. That's the temperature that we recommend to reheat your turkey. The next step you're going to want to do is you're going to want to go ahead and unpackage the turkey as it's been delivered to you. That way you can get it ready for the roasting pan. We have our packaged cold turkey. As I mentioned before, I like to use a pair of scissors to kind of help open it up. Cut through the foil, get it started. It's like Christmas early. I just like to grab some scissors and just cut right through it. I find it makes it just a little bit easier. The next thing that you're going to want to do is take your turkey once it's out of the packaging, place it in the roasting pan. You don't need to overthink it, just get it into a pan that has enough room to hold the turkey. The next step that you're going to want to do is add 1 cup of water to that roasting pan. Now what the water does is it creates a little bit of steam and vapor to kind of help keep the turkey moist and juicy. The additional moisture from the water also helps heat the turkey more evenly. That way you have a nice juicy bird for the table. And as you can see, it's just enough water to create that steamy environment we're looking for. You don't want it swimming in water. So if you have a small pan, things are nice and tight, might be all right to maybe reduce the water a little bit because you don't want the turkey swimming in it. You want just enough in there to create that steam. The next step after you've placed the water into the pan, approximately a cup, is you're just going to cover it tightly with some foil. I think it's best to use heavy-duty foil. You can grab that from your local grocer in the barbecuing area or the grilling area. Usually like H-E-B has some heavy-duty foil. That way when you wrap up the turkey, it doesn't poke holes in it. The foil's too thin, it'll rip holes. And that, not the end of the world, but it will slow down the heating process a little bit. Now that you've got your turkey all packaged up and ready to go, the oven should be fully preheated up to 350. So now it's time to take the turkey and place it in the oven. I recommend, if you have the option of adjustable shelving, to put the bottom shelf up on the second level. That way it's not directly on the bottom of the oven. If you don't have that option, that's not the end of the world either. It's just a minor detail. But if you can, lift up that rack to the next level, put the whole turkey in the oven, close the door, and then you just want to leave it alone. You are looking at about 10 to 13 minutes per pound on your turkey for reheating. Turkeys that you get from us are about 10 pounds, so you should expect it to be about 1.5 hours to 2 hours to reheat your turkey. So it's been about an hour now. It's time to take a look at the turkey, see where we're at. That way we can decide how much longer we need to cook it. Pull it out of the oven, carefully peel back the foil. That way you don't burn yourself with the steam. As you can see, it's nice and hot. And we're gonna go ahead and probe it in the thigh. Let the thermometer give it a read. Looks like we're about 110. So I think we need about another half hour to 45 minutes before it's gonna be ready to go. We'll wrap it back up and we'll slide it back in the oven, take it to the finish line. Like I said, it's about 10 to 13 minutes per pound. So if the turkey's sitting at about 115 degrees, 120 degrees, you only got about another half hour to 45 minutes to get that turkey back up to serving temperature. So you think your turkey's ready, it's time to pull it out of the oven. When you pull your turkey out and peel it back again, being careful for the steam, what you're looking for is 155 degrees internal temperature inside the thigh of the turkey or the breast. Typically, you would think 160, 165. However, your turkey is already fully cooked. It will carry over and continue to warm up to about 160, 165 degrees. There's a little bit of carryover cooking that finishes the turkey for you. So we want to just bring it back up to a nice serving temperature. That way you can enjoy it while it's still tender and juicy and not overcooked. Because that's the worst thing you can do with the turkey, is continue cooking it up to 170, 180 degrees, that's when things tend to dry out. Now that you've temped that turkey and you know it's at the right serving temperature, it's really best to let the turkey rest for a few minutes. Ideally, that's when you want to go ahead and do your final touches on maybe mashed potatoes, getting those dinner rolls ready. For the last 15 or 20 minutes, you can kind of wrap up all the last finishing touches while the turkey rests. The longer you let it rest, the more juicy the turkey's going to be. You don't want it to get cold, but anywhere from a good 20 minutes to 30 minutes is an ideal range for letting the turkey rest before you carve into it and serve it to your friends and family. So while it's resting, it's okay to leave it in your roasting pan. That way, any juices that drip in there, you can reuse later if you want. Just let it hang out on the kitchen counter until you're ready to carve it. Now that you've got everything ready to serve, you got your sides heated up, your turkey's well rested, you got your gravy, it's time to carve up the turkey. I'm gonna go ahead and show you the way I like to do it, a nice and easy way to separate the breast meat and the dark meat. That way your friends and family can choose the pieces they'd like to have. With a pair of gloves and a pair of tongs, go ahead and pick it up and move it over to your cutting board. Give it a good shake and set it down. When it comes to carving a turkey, sometimes people really stress out over the fact that they're going to be carving up a holiday bird in front of people, or they're in the kitchen, don't want to mess it up. Honestly, nobody cares. Just carve it up, do your best, don't cut yourself, serve it up. Your friends and family are going to be happy either way. So what I like to do is kind of separate the bird a little bit. I like to go ahead and cut right here in between the thigh meat and leg meat. You can kind of see where that separates naturally. So I just cut right there. Do the same thing on this side. That way I kind of know what's going on already with my leg and thigh meat. This little section where they tuck the bird in, you can go ahead and cut through that. That way it frees it up a little bit. Now it's time to go ahead and cut into the breast. I start out with the breast first myself, and then I do the dark meat later. I like to turn the turkey towards me. That way I can get an idea where things are at. You can see right here, there's a little ridge along the line of the breast. That's where the breastbone is at. You have a breast on this side and a breast on this side. So you want to make sure you cut through it without going into the bone. The wishbone is right here. You kind of see that wishbone shape. I like to start to the right personally, but either way works. Just slowly bring it down. And then with your thumb and forefinger, or with a pair of tongs, just kind of pull it away as you're cutting the meat. One of the reasons why I go ahead and do the leg and thigh first, so you can see where the breast ends. You can see how it's separating right there. And you just keep on cutting through so you get that breast meat off. The leg and thigh, there's really nothing special to it. I just get the leg and thigh off the turkey. Go ahead and cut through. There's a couple sections. There's a little bit of bone right there. There's a little bit of bone right here. You want to work your way around. Free it up. And then with your hand, just go ahead and pop it on out. Real easy. Just always make sure you're using your knife and cutting away from yourself. I personally like to take the dark meat and do two things with it. One, I'll go ahead and take my knife and cut through it. And you got a turkey leg. Everybody's uncle wants the turkey leg, so you got to save that guy for him. And then the rest of the dark meat, I just go ahead and pull it by hand. No real special technique to it, just want to break it up as much as you can. The breast, however, you do want to take a little more care with that. I like to start with the cut side to my right. I'm right-handed, so this is where I like to start. And just take your knife and cut about a ½ thick slice of the turkey breast. You can see you want to leave some of the skin on each piece. Nice thick section of the lean protein. You know, the turkey breast is kind of the star of the table for most folks. So you want to cut it, keep it kind of nice. There you go. The centerpiece, you know, that's where I think it's at. You know, you can see it's still juicy. Give it a squeeze. You can see that juice running out of it. So you know it's not dry. You got the flavorful bark on the outside on the skin. Pulls apart tender. That's what you want. Yum. This is what you want for Thanksgiving, not that dry turkey you saw on Christmas Vacation with the Griswold. You can see how it's running. Now typically I don't like to squeeze it, but to give you an idea how much juice is in that turkey breast just hanging out, You give it a pinch and you can just see it running out there. You know it's not going to be dry when you bite into it. Happy Thanksgiving. I just want to thank you for purchasing a turkey from us today. Cooking food for the holidays, for people's friends and family, gatherings, important dates. It's always been an honor and a privilege for me. Something that we look forward to every year. We've been cooking these turkeys now for close to 10 years. And some of you guys have been getting turkeys with us the whole time. So I can't thank you enough for taking this journey with us and enjoying these holidays with InterStellar Barbecue. We just want to give you a little bit of that InterStellar experience at the holiday tables. Can't thank you enough. I hope this video was helpful for you. Make sure you like and subscribe to our YouTube channel. That way you can follow us along down the road.